Hi guys, Happy New Year. This is my first time filming in 2022 and I don't know about you guys, I don't want to make this video negative, but I didn't have the best start to 2022 because I have it. I'm not sick, I don't feel indifferent, I still have my sense of smell, my sense of taste, thank God, and I feel completely fine. And yeah, I'm just really excited to get over it so that I can really start my year, because Pierre and I, we found out on New Year's Eve actually, because we were supposed to go to a friend's party that they were throwing for New Year's and everyone had to do a PCR before we went to the party. And we found out that we were presumptive positive. So that changed our New Year's. We still had an incredible night at home with Pierre and I. Actually, it was one of my best nights that we shared together in my life. So I'm kind of not grateful, but I'm really happy actually that we ended up staying home and we had an incredible night together. Lots of food, good alcohol, and an incredible night together. So anyways, yeah, let's get into this video today. I just wanted to say a quick Happy New Year to you guys. I hope that you guys have an incredible 2022. Like really from the bottom of my heart, everyone watching this video, I hope that you have an amazing year. I hope it brings you a lot of joy, success, a lot of happiness. I hope everything goes well for you guys, because I cannot appreciate you enough for the support and love that you bring to me and my channel. So I really hope that you guys have an awesome, incredible 2022, and I hope that I do too. It didn't start off the best way, and actually I feel like kind of shit because I haven't been able to go to the gym. I feel kind of like but it's okay. We will get through it together, and yeah. Anyways, let's get into this video. Today I'm going to be doing my most complimented perfumes of 2021. I know a lot of you guys look forward to the most complimented videos, and to be honest, I don't have too many in this list because I feel like I didn't get complimented on so many fragrances this year, but these ones that I have here, I got complimented a lot. So I cannot wait to share them with you guys. Some of them are familiar faces, some of them are not, some of them are great. The first fragrance that we're gonna start out with is obviously a very predictable one on my channel. I've spoken about it so much, you guys. It is Pas Ce Soir from BDK Parfum. This is my second bottle of the fragrance. As you can see, I've already made a huge dent in it. And the reason that I like to wear Pas Ce Soir is because I love it. I really do love it myself, and I always feel very feminine, flirtatious, and girly when I wear the scent. Not girly like a little girl, I just mean I feel very feminine and flirty and sexy. And also the other reason that I love to wear it is because Pierre loves this fragrance. And Pierre, he's a difficult one. He doesn't like too many fragrances on me. Like, he doesn't ever really say, oh my God, I love your fragrance today, what are you wearing? It's very rare that he... very rare when Pierre like compliments my fragrance and says, whoa, what are you wearing? You smell fantastic. What is that? And every time, without a doubt, he compliments me on Pas Ce Soir. He goes, are you wearing Pas Ce Soir? Smells so good. And for me, I appreciate that. I want my boyfriend to like the way that I smell, so I often wear it a lot for him, but also because I love the scent myself. It is a very sweet, slightly spicy in the top, but not really. It has like this sweet, burning caramel sort of smell, a little bit like Baccarat Rouge. They're not the same fragrance whatsoever. I'm just trying to give you that image. It has this sweetness from like some sort of caramelly vibe. It's mixed with some white flowers, but the white flowers are not so prominent in the scent. For me, it's more of like this sweet, burning, slightly peppery in the top, floral, a little bit fruity as well. For me, it's such an easy reach fragrance. Like, I know I'm gonna smell good, I know I'm gonna get complimented, I know it's gonna work. That's it. The longevity and projection on this fragrance is around 6 to 8 hours, and the projection is quite good. It's nothing enormous, but it's quite good for sure. So Pas Ce Soir from BDK Parfum. I know a lot of you guys bought this one off of my recommendation because for me, it is a great transitional scent. If you're more into the designer fragrances and you wanted to try a niche fragrance that still gives that same designer feeling and appeal, this would be one of my first recommendations in that case. Pas Ce Soir from BDK Parfum. Let's go to an oldie but a goodie. You guys, I finally have GRIS back in my collection. I'm not even sure. By the way, please don't look at my nails. They are a horrible situation. And I don't know why, but me, I'm just so lazy to get my nails done. I don't know if you guys are the same as me, but I always appreciate when I see a girl that has their nails done all the time. Me, like, I never have my nails done. Only my toes I have done. My nails, I never have them done. I just cannot be bothered. I really need to change that in 2022. It's really not a good look. Anyways, Gris DIOR, I got it a few months ago in my collection, and you guys can already see this fragrance actually stays in my bathroom because of how much that I wear it. I always wear Gris DIOR almost every single day. When I shower in the morning, I always spray on Gris DIOR. I'm not sure why, it's just my baby. It's my it's one of my signature scents, and if you guys have followed me for a long time, you will know that this has always been a love for me. I just love the way it smells. It's so sophisticated and beautiful and effortless. It's a rose patchouli scent, but it's very fresh and very fizzy. It's like a sparkling rose patchouli. The rose is not too prominent. The patchouli is not too prominent. It's a little bit spicy. It's a little bit fizzy. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it has this fizziness to me, like sparkling water. And it's a little bit sweet underneath, tiny, tiny, tiny bits. And it's fresh, invigorating, yet it has this substantial base from that patchouli and from the rose. And it brings such an elegance and sophistication to yourself. And I just absolutely love it. For me, Gris DIOR is effortlessly stunning, and I will always have this in my collection, and I'm so happy to have it back. I wear it so much just straight out of the shower. I spritz it on and I feel good, fresh, and ready for my day. And I feel like I smell, I don't know, sophisticated. I'm not sure how to explain it, but I just love it so much. Gris DIOR. Longevity and projection on my skin is really good. I get about 8 hours of longevity, and projection is decent on the fragrance. So love it so much. Gris DIOR, beautiful fragrance that I will always have in my collection. Alright, and that's why it's in this video, because I get a lot of compliments from it. I always get a compliment when I wear Gris DIOR, whether it's from Pierre's friends, people at the grocery store. When I'm wearing it outside, I always get somebody saying, oh wow, you smell really good. Let's go to another one. We have Silky Woods from Goldfield and Banks. Now, I mostly wear this one on like a night out, or when I'm going to, like, let's say a party at somebody's house or whatever. Even though there wasn't much of that in 2021, we still did manage to gather a lot of people, mostly at our place or somewhere else, or a night out or whatever we did. And whenever I wore Silky Woods, I always got a compliment. This is super sexy, very sweet, vanilla, suede. People say it's very woody and very leathery. Maybe I'm smelling something different, but I don't think it smells very leathery whatsoever. And I'm not a fan of leather, so for me to say it's not leathery, there must not be much leather in here. I know there is a beautiful suede note, which kind of brings this like smoothness to the scent, I would say. It's a little spicy in the top, but it's very sweet overall for me. It's a very sweet, smooth, woody, slightly spicy fragrance, very ambery and quite oriental, and I just love it. For me, it's very, very sexy, very powerful, very look at me, and I just absolutely love this fragrance to death. I wore it so much in 2021, and actually, I need to breathe. I feel like I'm not breathing tonight. A layering combination of mine that I've loved to do with Silky Woods is to mix it with Side Effect from Initio Parfum. I wore this many times last year, and whoa, the compliments that I got when I mixed it with Side Effect, enormous, like enormous compliments with those combinations. So Silky Woods by Goldfield and Banks, definitely I wore it so much and I got so many compliments from it. This one is predictable, but I have to put it in because I'm just obsessed. I love this Sol de Janeiro line. I love their image. I love their products. I love everything about the brand. We have the Brazilian Crush CHEIROSA 62, which is the body spray. You also have a perfume version of this fragrance, but honestly, I recommend the body spray because it's much cheaper. It lasts even longer actually than the eau de parfum. And for me, it is just delicious. I love it. Guys, oh my God. I'm sorry, but like this just smells of summer. Like I just cannot imagine somebody creating a better scent to capture the summertime. the summertime, good vibes, lots of partying, lots of drinking, on the beach, having fun, salty skin. You're just having the time of your life in summer. You need to get this. Like, you really need to get this. It's so carefree and sexy. Every time I smell it, like, it brings me emotions. Like, that's how you know that this fragrance is like, it's just perfection for the summertime. I wore it, I got it just before I went to Santorini actually. So we went to Santorini for 4 days, then we went to Paris, and then we went to the south of France. And in the south of France and in Santorini, it was all I was wearing. Every single day I would shower. After you're laying in the sun all day, you're drinking a lot, I would shower, I would scrub my body after being in the sun with the body scrub from Sol de Janeiro. And then after I would just spritz on my fragrance. Oh, guys, this fragrance, this is it. Like, this is it. Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Cross CHEIROSA 62. It's sweet, it's warm, it's woody, it's coconutty. It smells like a little bit like sunscreen. It's just, it smells like the sun. It's warm and sweet and delicious, and I cannot tell you guys how much I love this fragrance. You can see I don't have much left, and it's because I'm savoring it. For me, this is the scent of summer, and I don't want to ruin my perception of this scent by just wearing it every day. Like, for me, no. Like, if I have a fragrance that really brings me to a time and a place in my life, I'm gonna wear it for that time and place. I'm not gonna ruin my perception and desire for that fragrance by wearing it every single day. That's just me and who I am. But for me, this is just summer. Like, that's it. So, best fragrance ever. I got so many compliments, especially in Corsica. I got hundreds of compliments by people at the club, at the bar, at the restaurants, in my family's home. Like, I just got compliments everywhere I went. So Sol de Janeiro, guys, you need to get this one. I will link it down below. If you don't buy it, I'm disappointed in you guys. Where to next? Okay, let's go to this one. You guys know it already. It's Jazz Club. Jazz Club is just wow. Like, for me, I don't know. For me, this fragrance is just perfection. It's just beautiful. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's very, very warm and cocooning. It has a little bit of a booziness, a very woody vibe, but not in an oud or cedar wood, or it's not a woodiness in a bad way. It's a woodiness in a sexy way. It's very smooth and creamy and effortless and sexy. And I really think they named this fragrance to perfection. Jazz Club. Jazz is smooth. It vibes, it's sexy, and that's exactly what the fragrance is. It's a little bit sweet, has a bit of a spiciness in the top, it has a bit of tobacco in there, but it is so well blended, so sexy, so boozy and creamy and just chic. For me, this fragrance really smells chic, and I would say if you like GRIS from BDK Parfum, they don't smell the same. They really don't smell the same at all, but they both have that creamy, smooth woodiness to them. And for me, Jazz Club is just addictive, sexy, mysterious, and very, very chic. It's exactly what I like to wear, and I also really love to mix it with MINUIT Demi. That is a killer combination, or GRIS from BDK. That is also a killer combination because they both have that sweet, creamy woodiness to them, and it just works perfectly. So yeah, Jazz Club for me, one of my most complimented perfumes last year because I wore it so much. You can see, maybe it doesn't look like I wore it, but I did wear it a lot. And I remember so many situations, even 2 times, people actually wrote down the fragrance that I was wearing when I was wearing Jazz Club. So yeah, love it so much, my baby Jazz Club. Why not talk about MINUIT Demi now? Because I got so many compliments wearing my fragrance this last year. I'm gonna be saying this year, last year for a long time, I feel, like everyone. MINUIT Demi, for me, it is the perfect gourmand fragrance if you want a gourmand scent. Like, it is just the best. And actually, it's really funny because Pierre's mum, she is a typically French woman. I love her so much, actually. She's really, I don't know, she's just so funny, so normal. She's really, I don't know, I just love the person that she is. And something that I found crazy and super flattering to me is that she wears MINUIT Demi all the time. Whenever we go out for like a nice dinner together, or I come over sometimes with Pierre, we go for lunch or whatever, she wears MINUIT Demi so much and I could not believe it. I was really happily surprised because she is a very like French woman, like she likes really nice things in life. She only has very few fragrances that she wears, and she has a lot of fragrances, but she only wears about 3 of them, and MINUIT Demi is one of them, and it just makes me really happy to smell it on her all the time. So MINUIT Demi for me, sorry about that little rant, is a beautiful, soft, spicy, sweet, creamy, milky, woody scent. It is just the best. Really guys, if you want a cocooning gourmand that is not too sweet, this is the fragrance for you 100%. I love it so much. Everyone loves it. Whenever I've gotten people to smell it in my life, everybody loves MINUIT Demi. It lasts a long time and it projects a lot. Trust me, it projects and it lasts on your skin a lot. So try it. I just love my fragrance. MINUIT Demi, I got so many compliments in 2021. Whenever I was wearing this fragrance, somebody complimented me. Hands down, it was one of my most complimented fragrances last year. Next up, we have ACCENTO Overdose from Zojof. Now, I wore this one so much when I had business meetings in Paris. For Pierre and I's business, I was always wearing ACCENTO Overdose because for me, it smells like a boss bitch. This is a boss bitch fragrance to me. It is beautiful, it is strong, it is feminine, but it's very powerful. The longevity and projection on this one is crazy. You're gonna get like 12 hours plus with really big projection on the fragrance. It's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, I'm not gonna lie, because for me, it is a very strong floral scent. There is a lot of jasmine, a lot of like white flowers, not in an old-fashioned way. There is some aldehydes in here to give it kind of like this soapiness almost. There is a bit of a soapiness in there, and there is also quite a lot of greenness to the fragrance and a bit of sweetness, if I can say. There is a little bit of a sweetness in here, but mostly for me, it's a jasmine, slightly aldehydic green scent with a slight sweetness, slight sweet fruitiness underneath. It is a beautiful fragrance, absolutely beautiful. For me, if I was getting married tomorrow, it would be in the running of a fragrance that I possibly would wear for a wedding day. It is strong, beautiful, feminine, very powerful, but like I said, I don't think it will be everyone's cup of tea because it can be a little bit overwhelmingly strong at times, and because it is a white floral, it can probably give some people a headache. But don't let that steer you away from the fragrance. It was one of my most complimented fragrances last year. Every time I wore this, somebody would be like, oh wow, you smell fantastic. What is your fragrance? It smells like a white floral, this and that. And I would be like, yes, I'm wearing Zojof ACCENTO Overdose. And so many people loved this fragrance when I was wearing it. A lot of compliments, a lot of good reactions. Beautiful fragrance. I wore it so much. When we had meetings in Paris, this was my go-to because I knew that we would be out all day long having meetings from 9 a.m. to like 6 p.m. and I wanted something to last, smell powerful, smell feminine, and smell good. And that's why I chose to wear ACCENTO Overdose. Next up, we have Poets of Berlin from Wilhelm Parfumerie. A lot of compliments with this one. I absolutely adore this fragrance. It is so unique. And just wow. It's not a fragrance I would say is sexy. Like, I would not call this fragrance sexy. It's just intoxicating. There is something about the scent that is intoxicating. It's kind of green. It has a sweetness. It's a green vanilla scent. Very green, very vanillic. It's very warm and woody. To me, this fragrance is really unique, and it has something interesting and just wow about it. There is a wow factor to Poets of Berlin, and I wore it so much, especially in the summertime. I wore it a lot in Corsica, and also when I was in Paris, I wore it a lot day to day. If I had my day off, I would always wear Poets of Berlin, and I got complimented so much, and getting complimented in Paris is a miracle. People don't compliment your fragrance. They don't even really, I'm not gonna stereotype Paris, but people don't really come up and talk to you. I got maybe about 4 compliments in Paris when I was wearing Poets of Berlin. In the summertime, all the time, because people are drunk and living life and enjoying And yeah, I got a lot of compliments in Corsica. I don't know, there is just something special about it, and I'm very happy to own this fragrance. I absolutely love it and I treasure it. It lasts such a long time on your skin. The longevity is crazy, and the projection is also amazing on the fragrance. Longevity, I would say, is like 8 to 10 hours, and projection is pretty good. It's like within your bubble around you. Poets of Berlin. No explanation needed. Rouge Malachite, always, always, always. And actually I feel like nowadays I'm very sad because so many people talk about this fragrance now, and this is my fragrance, you know? Like if I ever smelled somebody wearing Rouge Malachite, I would be like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing wearing my fragrance? It's the fragrance that reminds me the most of myself. If I could put myself into a bottle of fragrance, it would be Rouge Malachite. I have so many memories with the fragrance. I have such strong affection towards it that it's just crazy. It's the fragrance, when I smell it, there is probably about 10 fragrances, maybe not even, maybe there is about 5 fragrances in my collection that when I smell it, it actually brings up an emotional feeling in me, and I feel like I could almost cry. Rouge Malachite is one of them. It's a beautiful white floral mixed with a lot of amber, and it has this very beautiful base note of like this soft woodiness and a creaminess from some cashmere, and it's just beautiful. It smells very skin-like, almost like a bit of sunscreen. It's just wow. Showstopper fragrance that I will always have, I will always own. Actually, I think I tried to wear it the other night and I think I've run out of it. I think there is maybe like this much. Ah yeah, I can see in my ring light, I can see. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's down to like here. So I've almost run out of it. I will get maybe 5 backup bottles of it because I don't ever want to be without this scent. Yeah, Rouge Malachite. Let's go to Nightfall Patchouli from Carolina Herrera, the private collection. This one I got so many compliments with last year. I wore it mostly towards the beginning of last year, and then I kind of stopped wearing it for some reason. I'm not sure why, but whenever I was wearing it, every single time without a doubt, I got a compliment. This is a really approachable patchouli scent. It does not smell like a dirty patchouli, an old patchouli, a very woody patchouli. This is a very spicy, fruity, sweet, addictive patchouli scent. Very. For me, it does not smell at all like what you would imagine patchouli to smell like. Patchouli for me, how many times can I fucking say patchouli? As you guys know, patchouli can go in so many different directions. I have, I think it's Psychedelic from Jovois. That is the example of a patchouli fragrance that I do not like at all. I have a lot of different patchouli fragrances in my collection. This is how I like my patchouli personally. I like it to be uplifting, a little spicy, sweet, maybe even a little bit fruity, woodiness underneath, and I want the patchouli to be like the middle of the fragrance and all of the notes around it. I don't want it to be this woody, patchouli, stinky, strong fragrance. This is exactly how I like my patchouli. It just smells like a power woman to me. It's amazing. Nightfall Patchouli, it's definitely one of my favorites. I think maybe my favorite from the Confidential collection from Carolina Herrera. You guys need to try this one. It's fun, it's sexy, it's very powerful and strong and addictive, and I absolutely love it. Longevity and projection is really good. I get about 8 hours longevity, and projection is decent when you wear the fragrance. So Nightfall Patchouli, so many compliments. Every single time I wore it, somebody would comment on it. So yeah. Okay, I feel like this video is super long. Next up, we have Perfect Oud from Mise en Soeur. This fragrance, I cannot say enough good things about. It is just, wow. It is a very dry, woody fragrance. The oud is there. The oud is there. You smell the oud, but it is the most clean oud fragrance that I've ever smelled in my life. If you could make oud in the most sophisticated, classy, and clean way, Alberto Maria's, he did it in this bottle. That's it. He did it in this bottle. It is light, slightly transparent, and a little bit fresh and clean and soapy, yet it is an oud fragrance. If you can imagine this, for me, it is just perfection. If you like oud, even if you don't like oud, you need to try this fragrance to see. Because for me, this is the sort of fragrance that I want to wear. this is exactly the type of fragrance that I love to wear. This is class, sophistication, it's luxury, it's a boss bitch. This for me is a very unisex scent. Men or women could wear it because for me it doesn't smell masculine, nor does it smell feminine. I would say it probably would appeal to men more than women because of the woodiness to it. But for me, it is exactly the sort of fragrance that I love. It smells like powerful, sexy, you're a boss. That's what I like about it. It's a clean, like I said, clean, fresh, soapy, woody oud fragrance. Just imagine a clean version of oud, and that's it in this bottle. 12 out of 10 fragrance. For me, it's the best from Mise en SOIR. Hands down, for me, it's the best. And the compliments are absolutely insane with this fragrance. So perfect oud from Mise en SOIR. J'adore this fragrance. The next fragrance that I got complimented on so much is Mon Parfum from M. Micallef. Guys, this is my favorite Micallef fragrance, actually. I think Ylang in Gold and Mon Parfum, but if I had to pick one, I think it could be Mon Parfum. This fragrance is beautiful. I love the story behind it. It was made from Geoffrey to Martine. That's not why I love it. I love the scent. It is very sexy. It's a patchouli fragrance, but kind of similar to the Nightfall patchouli. It's a very appealing and sexy and approachable patchouli scent. There is patchouli and caramel and passion fruit to give it this sparkliness. It's woody underneath, but not too much. It's just addictive, sexy. I love it so much. Pierre, he adores this fragrance whenever I wear it. Whenever I wear this around Pierre, he's always going to give me a compliment on it. And while I'm here, I think I mentioned this on my Instagram stories last year maybe, but this is one of my favorite layering combinations in my collection, is to mix Accessoire and Mon Parfum from Micallef. I love to mix these two together. They complement each other so well and I just love it so much. So Mon Parfum longevity and projection is fantastic. I get about 6 to 8 hours and a really good projection on my skin. Mon Parfum. I love her so much. I love the story, I love the scent, and the compliments that I get when I wear it, not only from Pierre, are fantastic. So love this fragrance, and it's definitely one of my most complimented in my collection. Next up, we have Jeroboam Ambra. This brand came out of left field for me. I went to the Jovois boutique in Paris and I met the founder, who is called Francois. He is the funniest, nicest guy I ever met in my life. Very charming, very funny. You're gonna laugh. Everyone is gonna laugh when they meet him because he's just a character. He is the nicest guy and he's, yeah, very, very charming. Francois, he owns both Jeroboam and the brand Jovois, and he owns his retail store where he sells a lot of different brands like Xerjoff, like BDK, and so on, so on. But this is one of his brands, Jeroboam, and the other one is Jovois. But Jeroboam, I never thought I was going to like this brand. Maybe it was very superficial of me, but I didn't think the packaging was very interesting. I don't know, I just wasn't attracted to this brand at all. When I went and tried them, I was eating my words in the store. Jeroboam is incredible, guys. The quality of the juice is something that I haven't experienced in a really, really long time. The quality of Jeroboam is amazing. And let me just say that all of their juice, you can smell the raw quality of the fragrances. Getting back to the fragrance, Ambra, I think is my most favorite from Jeroboam and hands down my most complimented. This fragrance is just divine. It is a patchouli again. You can see my love affair with patchouli this year because I wore a lot of patchouli fragrances. This is the best one. Hands down, this is the best one out of everything. Patchouli, vanilla, it has this balsamic feeling to it. It's spicy, it's a bit resinous, it's very sweet and addictive. It's just, whoa, like I'm smelling it right now and I'm just blown away. I have a weird story, but whatever. I was wearing it to ski Dubai because in Dubai you have a mall where you can go skiing, which is crazy and very, very cool. And I was actually doing a few ski lessons there so that when I go away to go skiing, I know how to ski. And I wore Ambra and there was two guys that I was skiing with. One was the instructor and one was a random guy in the ski Dubai. and both of them came up to me at different times when I was skiing there, and they were like, I'm sorry, but you smell absolutely incredible. What fragrance are you wearing? And it was Ambra. You have no idea of the compliments I got from this fragrance when I've been wearing it. It is crazy. The longevity and projection of Jeroboam in general, but especially Ambra, is on another level. They are all extrait de parfum, which you guys should never, this is a tip from me to you, never look at the concentration of the fragrance, whether it's an eau de toilette, an eau de parfum, an extrait de parfum. It doesn't really mean anything when it comes to the longevity of the fragrance. You could be wearing an eau de toilette and it could be lasting and projecting for one whole entire day, and the projection could be insane. It doesn't necessarily matter about the concentration. It's something completely irrelevant when it comes to the projection and longevity of a fragrance. Just wanted to let you guys know that. Don't be fooled by the marketing. But this is extrait de parfum, and oh my god, does it live up to this extrait de parfum hype. The fragrance is super long lasting. It projects like a motherfucker, and it's just wow. Like, that's all I can say about it. It is just wow. I love it so much. And yeah, that's it. I don't want to go into it anymore. It's sweet, spicy, has a bit of a greenness, a woodiness underneath. It's very hard to explain, but it is just beautiful. Ambra is sexy, powerful, date night, night out. For me, this is like a night out scent, and I just love it, and I got complimented on it so much. Ambra from Jeroboam. And finally, to wrap it up, we have La Capitale from Zojov. La Capitale for me was my most complimented from men. Every time I wore this around a guy, the compliments were crazy. I don't know why, but guys, they loved when I wore La Capitale. I should not say that while Pierre is in the other room, but it's true. Caramel, oud, saffron, it has a bit of a spiciness. You smell a little bit of oud, but not really. Like, for me, it doesn't smell like oud whatsoever. You have more of this sweetness, the spiciness, a bit of like a leatheriness to it as well, just a touch. But it is just very, very sexy. This is a sexy fragrance to me, and that's all I can say. Guys went crazy for it. It was really insane. For me, it's the perfect balance between a Western fragrance and an Oriental Middle Eastern fragrance. You have those slight notes that give you a bit of something more intense and unique and Oriental, like the leather, the bit of saffron, the bit of the woodiness underneath, but you still have all of those very appealing notes that people like to use in the more Western cultures, like caramel, vanilla, some fruitiness. You have the perfect balance. La Capitale is just amazing, and I think excuse me, out of my whole entire list, I think this was my most complimented from men out of the whole list. So yeah, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this extremely long video. I have now been filming for 40 minutes, and that's it. I'm gonna go now. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.